What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Fallout 4, where we are surfing on somebody's memories, hopefully not damaging anything. I mean, I guess he couldn't get any more damage. We already blew his brains out. So, that problem already being solved. I don't think I shot his head off, though. We could have decapitated him while we were still over there with, like, a machete or something. Or, I don't know, like a sharp desk edge. And then we could have brought it in that way. I bet it would have worked. Would have been sick. In more ways than one.
The thing about happiness is you only know you had it when it's gone. I mean, you may think to yourself that you're happy, but you don't really believe it. You focus on the petty bullshit or next job or whatever. It's only looking back, by comparison with what comes after, that you really understand that's what happiness felt like.
It also sucks when the happiness comes first in the sequence.
You'll see.
But we don't know anybody here. And now, with the baby?
Come on, Sarah, you've got to give it a chance. I finally got steady work with a good outfit. Nothing like that in the NCR these days.
No, I'm not saying this was a mistake. I'm just... Are you sure these guys know what they're doing? They seem kind of green.
I know. But that's where I come in. Just wait. In a few years, I'll be running my own crew. As soon as I make the connections I need. Then I can give you anything you want. And little Mary, too.
I never worried about you before. Must be my mama instincts kicking in. Who knew I had those, huh?
Come on, you're great with her. And you don't need to worry about me. Most of it's just running security for the she. A lot of standing around looking tough.
Well, they sure picked the right person for that job.
Listen, it's gonna be great here. See this? This is what's gonna keep you and Mary safe. I promise.
I know, Connie. I'm sure we're gonna be really happy here.
We are. You'll see. That's okay. I got her.
Let's keep looking. I'll connect you to the next intact memory.
Oh, apparently I don't get to finish that one.
I was the worst thing that ever happened to her. If she'd never met me, she'd have stayed in the hub, maybe hooked up with someone who didn't kill people for a living. Probably been happier than she was with me. Almost certainly lived longer.
Well, there's no way. Oh, really?
You'll see.
They're in San Francisco.
Here. And now, with the baby?
Come on, Sarah, you've got to give... I thought San Francisco was my chance to start fresh. I was the hot shit, the gunslinger from the hub, rolling into town with the world at my feet. Everybody knew I was the one who'd shot Valdez. And I could write my own ticket to any outfit in town. It all worked out pretty damn well. For a while. But a chance? Whatever made me think that a guy like me should have a daughter? No, I never deserved her. Not for 1 second. I finally got steady work with a good...
Yeah, well, you know.
Nothing like that in the NCR.
Sometimes that's the way things go. I do like that they're giving you a chance to humanize one of the bad guys from the game, so you can like figure out what it is that, you know, drove him onwards. It is really, really odd trying to pilot when I'm invisible.
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg? You thought you could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you? Just so you know, they died like dogs. And you weren't there to help them.
I found another memory to try. I'll connect you.
Are you like working on this actively, or we can just connect them all together and then I'll have like a big circular area I can work inside of? See, that's where we started, way over there. Everything's kind of fuzzy right now because apparently when you're in memory land, you have like a thin layer of Vaseline over your eyes. But eventually I assume we'll get it all cleared out.
Mind if we sit down?
Suit yourself.
So, I hear you'll take care of people's problems. Is that right?
If you pay me.
Oh, we'll pay you. And, you'll do this all by yourself?
That's right.
We pay you when the job's done. Is that okay?
That's the way you want to do it? So who do you want dead?
Well, it's like this. There's his family. Lives down the creek a ways.
Well, we seem to be getting closer. Try this next one.
So he just became like a hitman? His memory's gonna come back though, right?
I don't remember much from that time. It all kind of blends together. It was almost always a bar, though. That's universal. There's always someone who wanted someone else dead. Sometimes just roughed up, but dead was usually what they wanted. Sometimes they thought they could cheat me. That was usually only when I first arrived somewhere. Didn't matter to me. They just took it as part of the job. Little extra thrown in for free. I always got paid in the end. One way or another. I didn't care where I was going. Ended up mostly wandering east. Getting as far away from San Francisco as I could, maybe.
Along the way, I found some tires and made them into a shirt. And then I wore them. And it made me look like a tough guy. Or at least it made me look a little tired all the time. Next memory. Concrete.
I'm glad you decided to meet with me.
So, you're with the Institute. I wanted to see for myself if you really existed.
We do, as you can see.
What do you want?
It's come to my attention that you've been rather disruptive of our operations lately. This must stop.
I do what people pay me to do. If that's a problem for you, I could see only one way out.
And what's that, Mr. Kellogg?
If I'm working for you, there's no more problem. From what I hear, you can afford me.
I don't think you fully understand the situation you're in.
I think I do.
Very well. B-748, initiate. Impressive. We may have something to talk about after all.
Getting warmer. One of these has got to tell us something. We're running out of brain here. There's one that looks mostly intact. Connecting now.
Yeah, further define mostly. Ooh, it's got big shiny orbs and things though. It's in some kind of lab or something. Hold on, I want to finish this memory over here. I'm a completionist like that.
I finally ended up in the Commonwealth. I kinda ran out of road. Plus, I'd come to terms with life. I wasn't gonna be stupid enough to get mixed up with caring about other people again. It was just me against the world. And the world had it coming.
I'm glad you decided.
Ugh, his eyes move. When it's frozen like that and you move around, the eyes follow you. They follow the camera. Those things are kind of creepy. I'd spruce my robots up a little bit.
You heard all sorts of rumors about the Institute. But I figured they were just a convenient boogeyman for anything bad that ever happened. They were real, all right. They didn't know anything about operating on the surface. Relied on their synths for everything. They had the resources I needed, and I had the expertise they needed. turned into a permanent arrangement. Suited me just fine.
We do.
First synths weren't all that impressive. I'm good, but I'm not that good. But the Institute could always make more, and kept making them better each time. They still give me the creeps, but you have to get used to them if you want to work with the Institute.
The robot eyes don't follow you, though. Is the coffee mug part of the memory? Apparently, I'm not allowed to interrogate the coffee mug. Damn it, that's all that I wanted. What do you know, Folgers? What do you know? What do you know?
Manual override initiated. Cryogenic stasis suspended.
Vault computers are still working. That's good. Checking through the logs. Hopefully it's all...
Just find it.
Pod C6. Down the hall near the end.
This is the one. Here.
Open it.
Is it over? Are we okay?
Almost. Everything's going to be fine.
Come here. Come here.
Wait. No. I've got him.
Let the boy go. I'm only going to tell you once.
I'm not giving you Shaun.
God damn it. Get the kid out of here and let's go. At least we still have the backup.
Cryogenic sequence reinitialized.
What's the holdup?
I'm almost finished, Kellogg. I just need to confirm. Come on. All right, we're good.
I'm sorry you had to go through that again. I found another intact memory. Whenever you're ready.
I mean, I already blasted dude. He's already dead as shit, so I already had my revenge. Now it's just kind of like popcorn-worthy movie.
Override initiated. Manual override initiated.
Even then, I knew it was a mistake leaving him alive.
Suspended.
I understood that kind of revenge. No one better. But I was cocky enough to assume I could handle some soft, pre-war vault dweller, even if he somehow got thawed out. At least I know those Institute bastards will soon get what's coming to them, too. If he could take me out, they won't be able to hide from him for long.
Yeah, it seems like we were some kind of pre-war killing machine. I mean, given the open videos and everything else and how they were, like, having us give talks at the VA and all kinds of stuff, I'm assuming that we were some kind of, like, badass.
I never knew why we didn't just refreeze the rest of them. But we had our orders. Guess the old man didn't want so many loose ends. Too bad he left alive the one person he shouldn't have.
Huh. Yeah, I was wondering about that too. Like, why'd they have to butcher everybody else?
Big heads never liked taking orders from a dirty, contaminated degenerate like me. But they needed me. And I made sure they knew it. I was now the Institute's main operator in the Commonwealth. If they needed something done, they came to me. It wasn't usual for anybody from the Institute to come along on a mission, so this one stood out. They didn't know then who it was we were grabbing from the vault. Of course, neither did they. Not really.
Yeah, you definitely grabbed the wrong person. That would suck, though. Like, you go in thinking that like, you're, like, the ultimate badass, and then you just, like, trigger this chain of events that you had no idea they would happen. Like, you basically wake up the ultimate commando. You're like, well, that was a mistake.
Is that your son? This appears to be a very recent memory. So, good news, I think.
Piper's really done it this time. I'm not saying she's right, but... Mayor man's time. I probably shouldn't have done.
Kellogg. It's okay. One of these days, you're gonna get your head blown off just barging in here like that.
Minimizing my exposure to civilians is a priority.
Forget I said anything. So what's the big crisis this time?
New orders for you. One of our scientists has left the Institute.
Left? As in?
He's gone rogue. Name's Dr. Brian Virgil. We know he's hiding somewhere in the glowing sea. Here's his file.
Wow. Some heads are gonna roll for this. Capture and return, or just elimination?
Elimination. He was working on a highly classified program.
No kidding. One of the top bioscience boys? Damn. So, I guess you're taking the kid back with you.
Affirmative. Your only mission is to locate and eliminate Virgil.
They're taking me home to my father?
Yes. Stand next to me and hold still.
Okay.
It's all over, but the dreaming.
X688. Ready to relay with Shaun.
Bye, Mr. Kellogg. I hope I see you again soon.
Bye.
Teleportation. Now it all makes sense. Nobody's found the entrance to the Institute because there is no entrance. Let me pull you out of there as soon as you're ready.
Crying over you.
This whole setup in Diamond City was part of some elaborate plan of the old man's. Seems obvious now that we were bait for our friend from the vault. Timing couldn't have been an accident. It's not how the old man works. I wonder if he outsmarted me in the end. Another loose end tied up. It wasn't my idea to settle down with the kid in the middle of Diamond City. I thought it was a terrible idea, actually. But it was one of the old man's pet projects, so here we were. Me and the kid, like a happy little family. I ended up kind of liking it. A reminder of what my life might have been if things had turned out differently. But there's no going back. I knew it was just temporary. It'd be back to normal business before too long.
His floor is covered with those things that they put on play place floors, like when you go to like kids' places where there's like the little gymnasium type stuff indoors, and they've got all the little tubes and like the ball pits. Those are the things that are always on the floor, so your feet don't get like athlete's foot or something. I don't know what they're for. They had them on the floor in the swim team gym as well. When I was on the swim team, except they had holes in the middles. That's the only difference, though. Exact same thing. It's probably time to extract. We've seen what we need to see, and now we get to see more white light. Back we are.
Slow movements, okay? I don't know what kind of side effects the procedure might have had. No one's ever done this before. How do you feel?
How badass would it be if I absorbed all of Kellogg's like abilities? I got all of his Hitman type stuff.
Am I okay? Are you seeing anything bad?
Don't be alarmed, but I honestly don't know what to look for. As I said before, this is uncharted territory, but your neural and physiological readings have returned to normal. From a medical standpoint, you're fine. Are you ready to talk about what happened in there?
Medical standpoint. I need a medical sit point. I just came out of somebody else's brain. Why are we doing this standing up?
There's more than one person who knows about the Institute. Virgil, that scientist who escaped.
I didn't know Institute scientists could defect. This changes everything. He could answer all sorts of questions. Where did the memory say he was? The glowing sea? That can't be right. No one would risk going there, not even to hide.
Why? What makes the glowing sea so dangerous?
The name says it all. Radiation. So much that nothing there could possibly live. Nothing pleasant. Navigating radioactive hazards is nothing new. But the glowing sea can kill a man in seconds. That's why it doesn't make sense. Virgil fleeing into that hell. The exposure alone.
If we need to find Virgil, then I'm going after him.
If you're going to go, be prepared. You'll need some way to combat the radiation there. It's called the glowing sea for a reason.
I'll find a way to get through the rads. Don't worry.
Good luck. And be safe. By the way, I unplugged Mr. Valentine first. Removed the implant while you were waking up. He's waiting for you upstairs.
I was a little bit worried what was going to happen is that he was going to become Kellogg, but he was going to be like a converted version of Kellogg, who is now on our team, but he was like the first evil companion that you could bring along for stuff. I don't know. Rat away, Rad X and dirty water, gonna drink it, gonna make the room much hotter. All right, so we've got... I didn't think they were going to let me loot all this stuff. Awesome. I win. Grognak the Barbarian holotape. I played around way too long with the Donkey Kong game at the beginning of the game. I sat there forever fiddling with that. Economy Wonder Glue, Purified, okay, surgical trays. Ooh, technical documents. I think there was a guy that wanted those. And so if I see him around, I should probably take him back to that dude. He might give me like 58 gajillion caps per one that I bring around. But first, into my full body elbow pad. Awesome. I feel like I would fall asleep in the suit all the time. It looks like it would be sort of like being in Zero G where you're just like suspended inside of it. And it'd be all fluffy and warm. I've had the inside of mine covered with rabbit fur. Something pimping like that. Because I like to keep it classy. Oh, jet in the back. You guys up to clandestine dealings? Alright, well, Nick, what's this guy doing? Huh. Chillin'. Chillaxin', maxin', and staying all cool.
Oh, you're not Irma.
Nope. What's up, man?
Good neighbor's crazy. Thefts, murders, worse. Sometimes you just gotta escape a little to make it through the day.
Escape? What do you mean?
Reliving old memories. Like Thanksgiving, 2071. Mom made a 12-pound turkey. And then we all listened to the Silver Shroud versus Captain Cosmos. Even Pa was there. You ever listen to the Silver Shroud? That's what we need. No matter how bleak things got, he saved the day.
My family and I used to listen to every new episode.
You mean when they first aired? How? The last broadcast was hundreds of years ago.
I was in cryogenic storage for a long time. I only just woke up.
Oh man, that's amazing! You're just like Mr. Abominable from episode 83.
He's like the first guy with a legitimate accent in the entire game.
Wasn't he a caveman?
Yeah, that's the one. They found him in an iceberg off the harbor. Boy, if you just woke up. The world these days must take some getting used to.
It seems like people are finally rebuilding and recovering from the nuclear war.
Maybe in some parts, like Diamond City, but over here, we got a ways to go. I got a question for you. What if the Silver Shroud was real, with his black trench coat and gleaming silver submachine gun? I got a plan to bring him to life, so we can fight bad guys and give the rest of us a symbol of something better.
What plan?
I've built my own custom machine gun, even better than the one in the show. But to make this work, I still need the most important piece. The genuine Silver Shroud costume herself. And they actually got one here in Boston. They made it for the TV show. Will you help?
Already got it.
I already have your costume.
There she is, pretty as the posters. The Silver Shroud costume herself. And memorabilia too? You're something else. Together with my gun, everything's all set.
go.
After all these years, the Silver Shroud is born again. But there's just one problem. I'm just not Silver Shroud material. I could be Rhett Reinhardt, or his butler, Jarvie Blake. But the Shroud is strong, capable.
Come on, don't sell yourself short.
I got a better idea who should wear it. You up for being the Silver Shroud? You already got your own origin story and everything. What with the cryo vault and all.
Why me?
You helped me out when everyone else just laughed at me. And you're from the olden days, just like me. You know how much things have fallen. How much we gotta fight for. To make the place better. So you in?
Looks like I get to be the Shroud.
The costume and gun are yours. So you patrol Good Neighbor's streets, and I'll call in any crimes on my radio station.
Oh, man. Apparently that's what we're doing right now. I'm gonna get dressed up like Rorschach and machine gun people. Damn, it's so good! Damage resist 42? Oh, it's gonna be full body, though. Yeah, it's gonna split that in between all your parts, so it's actually gonna be like 7 per part. It's not gonna be that good.
Here's some calling cards, I guess. When you dispatch justice, leave them behind. That way, everyone knows the Silver Shroud has returned. Time to fight crime!
He's like a grown man-child. This is the best. Yeah, I figured that was probably what was gonna happen when we came in here. Just due to the fact that there was like Silver Shroud posters all over the place and whatnot. And this is the only other place that I've seen him. I think we're just about out of time for the day. So my name is Splattercat. Thank you for stopping on by. Did it flag that up right now? Or is that something that... We still got the glowing sea. I'll probably just work on the glowing sea for right now. My name is Splattercat. I will see you all later. Hi, do everybody. This is Fallout 4. Get it down below if you wanted to play the game yourself.